Give me 1 second. Let's go.
Welcome to MMA Hot Takes. I am Daniel.
This is Big Rudes. How's everybody doing tonight?
And today's topic, Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic for the heavyweight championship. Now, this was the fight. This was once Francis Ngannou left the UFC, the dream fight of Francis Ngannou versus Jon Jones. It's not going to come to fruition. So now, everybody's been waiting. Jon Jones, Stipe, for the entire year we've been waiting for this fight. It was supposed to be the big July card. It didn't happen. We didn't know what was going on. Negotiations on Jon's side, negotiations on Stipe's side. So finally, it was announced a month ago, and it's going to happen at the big Madison Square Garden card at the end of the year. So this is going to be the biggest fight. There's no Conor this year. This is going to be the biggest UFC fight of the entire year. So Rudy, what was your initial thoughts? What was your reaction? What was your excitement level when Jon Jones, the heavyweight champ, versus Stipe was announced?
I was excited, but the words finally went through my head, because finally we're seeing this fight happen. This should have happened 6 months ago, 3 months ago, whatever you want to call it. Obviously we want to see Francis versus Jones, but it ain't happening. Francis isn't in La La Land fighting Tyson Fury, and I think he's gonna have a chance against him. But yeah, we got Jones versus Stipe. I'm hella excited.
It is. Now, everybody, probably the whole MMA world, all UFC fans are thinking the same thing. Damn, I really wanted to see Jon Jones and Francis. That was the big fight. Are you disappointed? For me, of course I'm disappointed. Francis is a killer that we've never seen before. This guy's power is something that we've never seen in MMA. The way that he finishes people in under 2 minutes, we've never seen that before. And he's a specimen. 6'4", 290 pounds. He has to cut weight to make the heavyweight limit. Athletic. Jon Jones comes in and fights him. Everybody wanted to see this fight. So, of course, we're disappointed, a little disappointed about this fight not taking place. What were your thoughts? Were you disappointed when Francis left and it eliminated the chance of us watching this fight?
Yeah, being a UFC fan for almost 20 years, I've seen this happen. Uncle Dana doesn't want to pay certain people. It happens. But yeah, I'm still excited, though. I think Stipe brings a matchup. It's going to be a tougher matchup. Physically, it would have been tougher against Francis, and I think mentally it's going to be tougher against Stipe. Stipe's more of a chess player. Francis is more of a checker. He's not as what's the word I could use? He has more skills. We'll say that.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. That it would be physically harder. Francis Ngannou, extremely hard, right? Extremely hard physically, because you don't know if that guy touches you one time, he can knock you out. Stipe, you cannot just go in there and say, I'm just going to have this one game plan of taking him down, and that's going to be it. With Stipe, you have to have a very good game plan. How do I set up the takedowns? How do I outstrike him? Are you excited, though? Even though we didn't get, so we just talked about how this was, the big fight was Francis and Jon. Francis left. Now we have Stipe and Jon. But my excitement level is still at a 10. And I'll tell you why. Stipe Miocic is considered the greatest heavyweight of all time because of the amount of title defenses. But I think it's even more than that. When you say greatest heavyweights of all time, you think Fedor, Cain Velasquez, and Stipe. Why? Because they were completely well-rounded athletes who had cardio. These guys can fight for 5 rounds. They could strike. They could wrestle. So this is still a very exciting fight, a very well-matched fight.
Yeah, I get that. The greatest 205er versus the greatest heavyweight. We got that going on. Everybody wanted Jones to step up and weight numerous years ago. There was really no more challenges after DC. Reyes gave him a fight. They thought they robbed him, but looking back at the tapes, I think he still won that fight. But yeah, even Gustafsson was supposed to give him a challenge. He was the bigger guy or same size guy, and he gave him a better challenge. And the second time around, it didn't happen. So yeah, I think Jones is going to come in here, and I think he's going to impose his will on Stipe, to be honest with you. But I'm very excited. I think this is a stylistic matchup that we're all looking forward to. And, Jones is going to grab him like the cocaine bear that he is and slam him, get him to the ground, give him a little putazos.
Well, let's get into that. All right. So, just off the top of your head, who do you think is going to win and why?
I got to go with Jones. I feel like he's been more active, even though it's only been 2 minutes in 3 years. Stipe,
Right.
what is Stipe doing? Saving cats and putting out fires in Ohio, cleaning the toilets in the fire station. He has to show. I know he wanted to fight this 6 months ago when he showed up to a random UFC. I think it was a pay-per-view, but he showed up. No, it wasn't the Jon Jones fight. I'm sorry. So he did show up.
There?
Yeah, he was there. Remember, Jones called the mountain kind of Stipe just looked kind of, like.
Oh, that's right. That's right. When you beat Cyril Gahn, Stipe was there.
Yeah, so I think they could build this fight up more. John's is not much of a trash talker. Stipe is not much of a trash talker, but like I said, the stylistic of this fight, the matchup, I'm excited. So yeah, obviously you want to see Francis is fucking African, got his ass, but we can't. We gotta sit and wait for that fight another 3 years even if these guys are still there.
But what do you think? So if we got you pick Jones, how do you think he's going to win? What makes you think Jones is going to win this match?
I just feel like if he stays away from Stipe's boxing, I think Jones is going to go for that takedown. I think it's going to be he's going to try to end this quick. He wants to earn his paycheck quick and celebrate afterwards. It ain't going to be in Sin City. It's going to be in his home state, So he ain't going to have that much good time. Hopefully he just, goes to the hotels and parties with the Zen master, Greg Jackson? We'll see. But yeah, I got Jones. He's going to take him down. I think that's what it is. His game plan is, pretend like he's going to strike with him, use his length, and kind of get inside like he did Cyril Gahn. He's been working with, what's the homeboy's name? Not Gordon Ramsay, my bad. It's, what is his name?
Oh, yes. Right. The grappling guy.
Steroid boy,
What is his name again? Forgot about that.
Cat got my tongue, my boy.
Let's see who that is. Oh, Gordon Ryan.
There you go. I knew it was something with the R. But yeah, I think, he's going to use his jiu-jitsu school. Jones is a smart fighter, man. Jones knows he doesn't want to strike with Stipe. He doesn't want to get into a boxing match with Stipe. And I think he's going to try to take it down. Same thing he did with the Cyril Gahn. And, we'll see if he could take him down. Stipe better be working his wrestling and see what he could do. Sprawl and brawl for Stipe, sprawl and box.
Yeah. Everybody, what you just said, that's everybody's consensus. Jon Jones is going to win. He never loses. He's going to figure out a way to take Stipe down. But let me give a couple of counterpoints. I'll play devil's advocate here. Jon Jones has only fought at heavyweight one time. He's only fought at heavyweight for 2 minutes. He's only fought at heavyweight against a non-wrestler, non-grappler. Jon Jones also generally has a size advantage, right? When you look at the guys that he's fought at light heavyweight, minus Gustafsson, everybody's been a lot smaller than him. DC is not even 6 foot. Thiago Santos.
Most of his matchups have been against the bigger guy. Dominic Reyes, Gustafsson. Who else has really given him a challenge? I can't think of anybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is what I think it's going to be a big test, because you have Jon Jones is going to fight a guy who's actually his same size or even a little bigger, and he's just as good. I think this is going to be the truest test. If Jon wins this fight, it's going to prove how good he really is, right? A true light heavyweight gaining weight to go up. Because I still feel like Jon could be a light heavyweight. If he didn't spend all that time eating all that food, don't you think he could still be light heavyweight?
Yeah, I think the challenge is, and I think he was looking for more money. And I'm not sure if the heavyweights get paid more money, but I think
right.
He wanted more money, and I just think he was tired of cutting too. I mean, it's a lot of damage on your body. I mean, it's a lot of damage, and I'm sure he was cutting weight when he was wrestling in JUCO, But yeah, I think it's a good thing for him. it's just, you know, when you looks are deceiving, his body doesn't look that good, you know. Look at Francis compared to him, or Cyril Gahn
Yeah,
looked like a, you know, a Frenchie with the six pack, you know, nice little muscles, bolder shoulders. So yeah, I
right,
mean, looks are deceiving. You know, Jon Jones looks like he's out of shape, but he's just he looks like his brothers. You know, hopefully not like
right.
Chandler Jones.
And what happened with his brother Chandler? Any update on that? Did he get released from the
He
Raiders?
got released. I guess he violated one of his domestic violence restraining orders, and they
No
actually
way.
released him. It's gonna be weird to see what's gonna happen with what's going on with this story. You know, the Raiders are always
Oh,
in the paparazzi.
with the Raiders always in the pop right with the
Yeah,
whole Jones family. That's wild.
yeah.
So
Hopefully that doesn't affect Jones. You know.
so closing in, Jones versus Stipe, biggest fight of the year. It's finally happening. Um, they've both been inactive. This is a very evenly matched fight, and whoever wins is going to be possibly considered the greatest heavyweight because it's just there's that much on the line. If Stipe beats Jones, he's still going to be considered great. Don't you think it? Don't you think it does a lot for Stipe if he wins this match, being the first guy to beat Jon Jones?
Oh yeah, that's a feather in his cap, like Joe Rogan would say. But yeah, he would go down as a great. Look at what DC knocked him out in one round, and he came back and beat him twice in the decision. Or actually, he stopped DC in the second fight. I'm sorry, fourth round.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, he's proved he's a winner. You know, he's who else has beat Francis the way he beat Francis? Nobody. I think it was
right,
all decisions, boring decisions. Black Beast beat Francis, and then who else did Francis
right.
lose to? Those are his only two losses, I believe, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, Stipe goes down as one of the greats. His highlight reel is off the charts. It's fire. It's fuego. You know, since he's a fireman. You know, but yeah, I think he does go down. And same thing with John. I think John has about two more fights. If Francis doesn't come back, you know, he's gonna fight the Russian maybe, or what's the homeboy's name out of Britain or London?
Oh, Tom
Bisping's.
Aspinall, right,
Yeah,
right,
so I
right,
think
right.
those are if that guy doesn't have a name, so I don't think Jones is gonna fight. I think this might be both these guys' last fight. It's sad to say, you know, the era that we loved, you know, the kind
Oh,
of not the golden era of MMA, but like you know, the
yeah,
2010 era is kind of coming to an end, and it's sad, you know, and
right,
the new generation is coming in, so it'll be sad
right.
to see both of them go. But I think if Stipe loses, it's game over for him. You know, he'll go back to you know, burning, trying to like you know take out fires and help out the community.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people think that too. That this could be both of their last fights. If Jones wins, maybe there's nothing left. If Stipe wins, maybe there's nothing left. This is it. This could just be the final fight for both of these guys. They're no longer in the beginning of their careers. They've both been champions for many, many years. So this could be it for them. So Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic, November 11th, Madison Square Gardens. That is our hot take on that, and we will see you guys next time.
Have a good one. Put it in your pipe and smoke it.